It's Thursday night under the lights in Houston, and the Bills come in trying to prove last week wasn't a fluke. Buffalo sits at 7-3, riding high after dropping 44 points on Tampa, but now they face the one team that has consistently broken their rhythm and bent Josh Allen out of shape. The Texans sit at 5-5, fighting for a playoff pulse, and they welcome Buffalo with the #1 defense in the entire NFL. This stadium hasn't been kind to the Bills for nearly 2 decades, and tonight they walk into a matchup that has frustrated them every time they've tried to solve it. Josh Allen has been spectacular this season, 18 touchdowns through the air and a rushing threat that never disappears. But his numbers hide something that only shows up when he faces Houston. Against the Texans in his career, he completes just over half his throws, averages barely 6 yards an attempt, and logs the lowest passer rating he has against any opponent he's played more than twice. Last season in Houston, he was pressured 13 times, threw to an open receiver on only a handful of plays, and forced passes that should have been intercepted. Tonight, he faces an even more dangerous version of that same defense, with Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson both ranking top 10 in sacks and pressures. If pressure is the language the Texans speak, Josh Allen has never answered fluently here. Across the field, Davis Mills doesn't bring the star power, but he brings something Houston trusts: stability. In 2 starts since C.J. Stroud went down, Mills has kept the Texans afloat with clean decisions and a heavy connection to Nico Collins. Collins leads the league in targets over the last 2 weeks, burning defenders at one of the highest rates in football. The Texans' run game isn't intimidating, but against a Buffalo defense ranked 31st against the run, even modest production can tilt the field. Houston doesn't need flash. They need control, time, pressure, and 1 or 2 explosive plays to keep this inside the number. Buffalo can still win this game, but stylistically, this matchup bends toward Houston. Their pass rush disrupts Allen, their home field matters historically, and their defense keeps every game within reach. And today's AI pick is Texans +6. Will we cash or will we burn? On to the recap. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Did We Cash or Did We Burn? This is where we break down exactly how the AI performed for Week 11, every pick, every result, and whether the system delivered or left us in the fire. Let's get into it. We open Week 11 on Thursday Night Football with the New York Jets taking on the New England Patriots. Our official AI pick for this matchup was Jets +13.5. The Jets came out firing, marching down the field on a 14-play drive capped by a Justin Fields rushing touchdown. But after that, New England controlled most of the night behind 3 scores from Tre'Von Henderson. The Patriots ultimately pulled away and won the game 27-14. And now the big question: did we cash or did we burn? The answer: we cashed. The Patriots won by 13, and the hook on Jets +13.5 gets us the cover A winning start to Week 11. Now let's move on to Game 2. Game 2 takes us to Madrid for the international matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Miami Dolphins. Our official AI pick for this game was Commanders +3. Washington opened strong, traded early field goals, and grabbed the first touchdown of the second half on a screen to Deebo Samuel. Miami responded late, tying the game and eventually winning 16-13 with a field goal in overtime. And now the question: did we cash or did we burn? The result: we pushed. The 3-point spread lands right on the number. No win, no burn, just a clean push for Game 2. Now we move on to Game 3. Game 3 takes us to Nashville for the Houston Texans versus Tennessee Titans. Our official AI pick for this matchup was Titans +6. Tennessee kept this one tight throughout, leaning on defense, field goals, and a late drive led by rookie Cam Ward. The Texans answered behind backup quarterback Davis Mills, who threw for 274 yards and set up the game-winning field goal. As time expired, Houston took it 16-13, but with the spread at +6, the Titans stayed well inside the number. And now the question: did we cash or did we burn? The answer: we cashed the Titans +6 cover. Another result banked for Week 11. Now we move on to Game 4.
Game 4 takes us to Atlanta for the Carolina Panthers versus the Falcons. Our official AI pick for this matchup was Panthers +4. Carolina fell behind early, trailing 21-7, but Bryce Young put together the best performance of his NFL career, a franchise record 448 passing yards with 3 touchdowns while playing through an ankle injury. The Panthers forced overtime and sealed the win with a 28-yard field goal, taking it 30-27 on the road. And now the question, did we cash or did we burn? The answer, we cashed. Panthers not only covered +4, they won outright. Another win added to the Week 11 record. Now let's roll into Game 5. Game 5 takes us to East Rutherford for the Green Bay Packers versus the New York Giants. Our official AI pick for this matchup was the under 43 early on. It looked promising. Both teams started slow, combining for just 13 points in the first quarter and 19 by halftime. But as the game moved into the second half, the offenses opened up. Jordan Love returned from a shoulder scare and threw 2 touchdowns, while the Giants added late scoring to keep pace. The game finished 27-20, pushing the total to 47 points. And now the question, did we cash or did we burn? The answer, we burned. The under 43 did not hold. Now let's move on to Game 6. Game 6 takes us to Orchard Park for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Buffalo Bills. Our official AI pick for this matchup was Bills -5.5. And from the jump, Josh Allen delivered one of the best performances of the entire Week 11 slate, 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns, a total of 6 scores as Buffalo's offense exploded for 44 points, their season high. Tampa Bay kept fighting behind Baker Mayfield in 2 long touchdown runs from Sean Tucker, but the Bills kept pulling away late the final score. Bills 44, Buccaneers 32. And now the question, did we cash or did we burn? The answer, we cashed. Bills covered the -5.5 with room to spare. Now let's roll into Game 7.
Game 7 heads to Minneapolis for the Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings. Our official AI pick for this matchup was Bears +3. Chicago built their game around defense and turnovers, forcing 2 interceptions from J.J. McCarthy and protecting the football all afternoon. After giving up a late touchdown with 50 seconds left, the Bears responded immediately with a 56-yard kickoff return from Devin Duvernay, setting up Cairo Santos for the game-winning 48-yard field goal as time expired. Final score, Bears 19, Vikings 17. And now the question, did we cash or did we burn? The answer, we cashed. Bears not only covered +3, they won outright, another strong result logged. Now let's move on to Game 8. Game 8 takes us to Jacksonville for the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Jaguars. Our official AI pick for this matchup was under 43.5. Jacksonville came out angry after last week's collapse, pounding the Chargers on the ground and dominating every phase. Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, and rookie Basul Tutin combined for rushing scores as the Jaguars controlled the pace from start to finish. Meanwhile, Los Angeles' offense completely unraveled, managing only 135 total yards and failing to score after halftime. The final score, Jaguars 35, Chargers 6, for a combined total of 41 points. And now the question, did we cash or did we burn? The answer, we cashed. Under 43.5 hits with room to spare. Now let's move on to Game 9. Game 9 takes us to Pittsburgh for the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Steelers. Our official AI pick for this matchup was over 48.5. Early on, it looked like we had a chance. Cincinnati put up 6 in the first quarter, and Pittsburgh answered with a touchdown. But the game shifted when Aaron Rodgers left with a wrist injury, forcing Mason Rudolph to take over. While the Steelers' defense delivered 2 defensive touchdowns and Rudolph added another score, the Bengals' offense stalled under Joe Flacco, managing just 12 total points. The final score, Steelers 34, Bengals 12, a combined 46 points. And now the question, did we cash or did we burn? The answer, we burned. The over 48.5 never got there onto Game 10.
So, after Thursday Night Football, we opened Week 11 at 1-0. Then came the Sunday early slate, and our AI delivered a strong performance. 5 wins, 2 losses, and 1 push, a profitable morning across the board. Now let's keep it rolling and take a look at how the AI performed in the late afternoon matchups. Here we go. On to the 4 p.m. games. Our first 4 p.m. game takes us to Denver for the Chiefs versus Broncos. Our official AI pick for this matchup was Broncos plus 3.5. This one went back and forth all afternoon, with both defenses forcing field goals early and the game sitting at a 6-6 tie at halftime. Patrick Mahomes briefly gave Kansas City the lead with a fourth-quarter touchdown to Travis Kelce, but the blocked extra point kept the margin at 3. Denver answered with a clutch 54-yard field goal, then drove the field in the closing minutes to set up Will Lutz for the game-winning kick as time expired. Final score: Broncos 22, Chiefs 19. So did we cash or did we burn? We cashed. Broncos plus 3.5 hits easily. Now let's move on to Game 11. Our next 4 p.m. game sends us to Arizona for the 49ers versus the Cardinals. Our official AI pick for this matchup was under 48.5. And this one blew up fast. San Francisco scored twice in the first 6 minutes. Brock Purdy returned with 3 touchdown passes, and Christian McCaffrey added 3 total scores of his own. On the other side, Jacoby Brissett threw for a shocking 452 yards, and Arizona kept adding points late despite 17 penalties. The final score: 49ers 41, Cardinals 22, combining for 63 points, never giving the under a chance. So did we cash or did we burn? We burned. This one sailed over the number. Now let's move on to Game 12.
Our next 4 p.m. matchup brings us to Cleveland for the Ravens versus the Browns. Our official AI pick for this game was Browns plus 7.5. Cleveland actually controlled much of the first half, building a 13-3 lead, highlighted by Devin Bush's pick 6 off Lamar Jackson and a stout defensive effort from Myles Garrett, who finished with 4 sacks. But Baltimore rallied late behind Mark Andrews, who broke free for a stunning 35-yard touchdown on a 4th and inches trick play with 2 minutes and 31 seconds left. The Ravens pulled out a 23-16 win, but the key number for us was the spread. And now the question: did we cash or did we burn? We cashed. Browns plus 7.5 covers by the hook. Now let's move on to Game 13. Our next 4 p.m. matchup takes us to Los Angeles for the Seahawks versus the Rams. Our official AI pick for this game was Rams minus 3. Los Angeles started fast, jumping out to a 14-3 lead behind Matthew Stafford and Kieran Williams. The defense carried the rest of the afternoon, picking off Sam Darnold 4 different times and keeping Seattle out of the end zone until late. Still, the Rams' offense stalled repeatedly, allowing the Seahawks to claw back and line up a 61-yard field goal on the final play. Jason Myers came up short, and the Rams escaped with a 21-19 win. But now the big question: did we cash or did we burn? We burned. Rams win, but they don't cover minus 3. On to the next game.
So there you have it. We opened Week 11 going 1-0 on Thursday Night Football. Our AI followed that up with a strong early Sunday slate, finishing 5 wins, 2 losses, and 1 push. In the 4 p.m. window, we battled to a 2-2 split. That brings our Week 11 record going into the primetime games to 8 wins, 4 losses, and 1 push for Sunday Night Football.
It was Sunday Night Football. Our AI pick for the game was Eagles minus 2.5. The final score was Eagles 16, Lions 9. Did we cash or did we burn? Outcome: we cashed. The Eagles covered the minus 2.5 spread with a 7-point win, powered by their defense holding Detroit to 9 points and shutting down every 4th down attempt the Lions tried to force. On to Monday Night Football. It was Monday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Las Vegas Raiders inside Allegiant Stadium. Our AI pick for the game was Raiders plus 3.5. The final score was Cowboys 33, Raiders 16. Did we cash or did we burn? Outcome: we burned. Dallas controlled the game from the opening whistle. Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdowns, and the Raiders' offense never found balance. Their aggressive pass-heavy approach backfired, and Las Vegas fell well short of the number.
Week 11 is officially in the books, and here's how our AI sports predictor performed. We opened strong on Thursday Night Football, going 1-0 to start the week. On Sunday, during the 9:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. slate, we went 5-1, stacking wins early and pushing one game. In the late afternoon 4 p.m. window, we split the board, finishing 2-2. Sunday Night Football delivered again with a clean 1-0 result. Monday Night Football didn't fall our way, ending 0-1. That gives us a Week 11 total record of 9-5-1. And on the season, AI Sports Predictor stands at 87 wins, 63 losses, and 2 pushes, a 58% winning percentage. The fire keeps burning.